All right, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, well, we're talking about Radian pumps and the Zilch pump head. But before we get into today's video, if you are new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So, like I said, today we're talking about Radian pumps and the Zilch head. Now, Radian, I ran into them at the Sea Otter Classic, and when I saw them, I was kind of in the mood for looking for a new pump. My pump was starting to have issues, so I was like, well, let's find a new pump while we're at Sea Otter this year. And Radian was one of the ones I came across, and I said, let me talk about your pumps. I've never heard of Radian before. And they went, oh, you've never heard of us before? What about the Zilch head? And I went, I have heard of the Zilch head before. So really, this is the big factor that changes everything for this pump. That really sets this pump apart from the rest of them all, is the Zilch head right here. So we'll get to that in just a second. Otherwise, looking at this pump, you're kind of like, it looks pretty standard. You know, tri-base here, keeps it nice and stable, has a nice gauge on here. In my case, I'm with the analog gauge because that just works fine for me. So with the analog gauge here, nice handle, latches in on itself, has a little magnetic hold for the pump head so it won't, you know, rattle off and loosen. Has a decently long pump stroke there to pump up your kind of higher pressure tires. And I was like, you know, it's a nice looking pump. But really the big thing, like I said, is the Zilch head. So some of you may have heard of the Zilch head before. Some of you may not have. Essentially what the Zilch head is for, it's for Presta valves. We'll get into a little more specifics on that, but it's for a Presta valve setup is what this is for. Essentially what this does is allow you to slip this onto a Presta valve, pop it in, and it just latches into place on the Presta valve. And that's as simple as it is. And then once you're ready to pop it off, you just push the lever, unclicks, and it pops off. Without losing any extra pressure from the tube, from the valve, anything. Just pops right out, no pressure lost. And it's a really cool kind of setup, really simple setup if you're running Presta valves on your wheels. Now, before I get too far, they do have these little adapters that pop right into the end of here. You know, it comes with a little needle for a ball, comes with a little inflator there. And then inside of here, it also comes with two little adapters here. Pretty much you can screw onto a Schrader valve and this will then adapt right onto and click into place. Kind of a cool design. So you do have that option. I carry them in here just in case I need to use it for the Schrader valve. I got them here just to be able to pump up those tires. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. And then this guy, like I said, it just pops right on into this handle here. I love these in-handle storage things. Just goes right on into there, just like that. This side should be empty, I think is what they said. Yep, so that side is fully empty, so you could put more stuff in there if you needed to, but there you go. Got it all kind of in there. So it is compatible with an adapter for a Schrader valve. But realistically, Presta valve is where this thing's at. So let me bring it a little closer. We got the gravel bike behind me here. Let me show you how this thing works. And we'll talk about what really makes this such a great pump head and why it's something you would want for your bikes. Okay, so here we are at the front wheel of my gravel bike here. Got a little Presta valves, tubeless setup. So pretty much we're just gonna take the valve cap off, of course. Then you just have your little lock nut on your Presta valve. We're just gonna unscrew that guy. You do not have to tap it or do anything like you normally would. This guy then is just gonna slide right over. You're just going to nicely slide in until it kind of bottoms out. You'll feel it kind of just bottom out right there. And from there, you just click that down, and that guy is locked onto that valve. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Just nicely locks on. Then we get our pump here. Right now, there is no airflow at all in this thing. So, we get our pump. We give it one pump. That then activates that, tells you what the pressure is. It's one pump. So right now, we're at 30 PSI. What we're at right now. So it's telling me what the pressure is in the tire. You can pump it up, whatever you do, just check tire pressure, whatever you need to do, just like a regular old pump. Then once you're done, you just push this lever again right here. That little bit of air release was actually from inside of the hose, not from the tire, which then means your tire is set at exactly what you want it to be, right at that 30 PSI. And then from there, you just can screw your lock nut back on. There we go. Put your valve cap back on, you're ready to go. And that's how simple that pump head works. It just works. It's easy to use. Anybody can do this. My daughter has pumped up tires with this because you just pop it on, lock it in place, and pump. And that's all you have to do. And the pump stroke on the pump is perfect. And it's just simple. Just simple. Easiest way to do it. You don't lose any air pressure putting on or taking off the pump. It's all in this pump head here, and in the hose is the only area you're going to lose air pressure, not in the tires. Now, they do offer this in both the analog pump, like I have here. They offer it in a digital pump, which has a digital gauge on here. They also offer it in a shop inflator as well. So you can get a shop inflator that has, I believe, both a digital or an analog gauge. I believe you have both options there. So you have a lot of options for what you want to use this with. So tons of options. Really cool pump. I like this guy. Now, like I said, it does work with Schraders with the little adapters. So I carry the adapters in here just in case I need them. However, I have this pump that I use with my Presta valves, and I have the pump over there that I'll use my Schrader valves, because it's the Presta valve side on that one that failed. So Schrader valves will work on that one. Presta valves here. This is the easiest pump I have ever used for filling up my Presta valves, and I have a lot of them. And this thing makes a difference. It really gets it to just the pressure you want, especially when you're riding dirt stuff. So gravel, mountain bike, where you want your pressure a little bit more dialed and exact. It just works. And like I was saying, you can use the analog gauge like we have here, and it reads pretty dang accurately, I feel like. Or you can get the digital and go with the digital setup too and get a little more precise. But for me, in my setup, the analog gauge works perfectly fine. So, great pump. Really, really simple pump head here that just works. So honestly, for me, this is my go-to pump for Presta valves now. I don't think I've ever used a pump quite as nice as this for Presta valves. It's just so easy to put it on, take it off, keep the pressure that you want in there, set it the exact pressure you want. It's got the gauge that comes with it. It's got the adapters in case you need Schrader or anything built into the handles. I love my handle storage. That's such a nice addition there. The little magnetic mount for the Zilch head on the pump so it doesn't rattle around. It's great. Put it in the back of my truck, not worry about it falling off or anything like that. And it's not kinking the hose at all. Got a nice curve right down here at the bottom to keep that hose nice and protected and out of the way. It's hard to beat. So would I recommend this pump for you? I would recommend this pump if you are someone who uses a majority Presta valve or some sort of Presta valve infrastructure, I guess you could say. It's going to work with regular Presta valves. It's going to work with the muck-off big bore valves. It's going to work with those just fine. It's going to work with kind of everything there. It doesn't work with Click valves, but Click's kind of got its own system, so let them do their own stuff. But if you're looking for a pump to solve all your Presta woes of losing pressure and having to fight it to get it on and off, you just want something easy, the Zilch head and these Radian pumps are the way to go. This is such a nice pump. Great addition to the garage. This is really nice. To the point where I'm probably going to get the shop inflator too, because this thing is really nice. And even at setting tubeless tires, it flows a lot of air. To the point where, makes tubeless tires really easy to set up as well. I actually used this pump to set up these tires right here as tubeless, and it worked great. So, great flow, great connection, great pump head. Really nice pump to go along with it. Hard to beat it. If you're interested in checking out a Radian pump or learning more about the Zilch head, there's going to be links in the description down below. Check them out. Give them some love. They make some great products. Something that some of you may have heard of, some of you may not have heard of, but really cool nonetheless. If you guys enjoyed the video or maybe you learned something new today, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering questions you guys have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.